In '67 we said goodbye to our engines. We were really heartbroken. And 20 years later I came back and started driving engines again. Somebody had preserved them and I was able to drive them again. It was wonderful.
People think train spotter and they think of funny little man with big Coke bottle glasses, you know, sitting at the end of a platform, jostling with himself and writing down numbers. There's so many different characters here. I mean, you've met Andy.
I've never been much on the technical information of when it was and when it wasn't, you know, created. Sometimes you get plaques on the side and somebody comes up and says, "Oh, what's that?" Like, I don't know, hang on a minute. I walk to the front, go 1953. I can't remember everything.
We have been known to get into some trouble.
That's about the sense you do around here, isn't it?
You think that some of the older lot are a lot more serious and less fun, or are they just as fun?
It depends on the person. Some of them are the same as us. Other ones are a bit more serious. You just have to sort of think before you do something, some of the older people, as to which way they're going to take it. Most of them are quite good and they fight back.
What about Clyde?
On a big engine you can have 100 corks to remove. You'd be allowed about an hour and a quarter to oil up an engine like that. The big ends carry about a pint of oil. It should last about 300 miles. Right. But there are things that go wrong sometimes and the oil doesn't last the time it should. Yeah, it's amazing to think of all this stuff flying around at high speed, all relying on the driver having done his work properly at 4 o'clock in the morning when he got the engine ready.
You can have a laugh with Clyde, but you can't push it too far.
Is he so serious?
Yeah, I don't think he'd be one for a water fight.
I'll get a feeder and then I'll start oiling around. And that's the driver's job. I've been doing the fireman's job up till now. I'll do the driver's job next. Onto another string of teeth.
Was the steam rail something that you wanted to do from childhood, or?
No, not really.
It was probably inevitable that I joined the railway, that I was interested in trains.
I basically got into this back in '94 when my parents got a bit fed up with me sitting at home watching telly all weekend.
That lot in there persuaded me.
They persuaded you?
They persuaded me.
Not only did I live backing onto the railway line at West Croydon, but my school also faced the railway line, the same bit of track.
What we used to do, used to work over the sawmills over the road.
Right.
And we used to bring all the old wood over to light the engines for warming up.
Yeah.
So I used to walk in and take the mick like there was no tomorrow.
I had a mate that come down here and was learning to be a fireman. So they thoughtfully woke me up at 4:30 in the morning, gave me a load of old rubbishy clothes and told me to go with this friend of theirs.
Right.
So they turned around and said, "Well, you're so good, why don't you get on the end of that crane and pull it?" So I did, and it sort of become a bit of a mick take out between me and them.
And I've kind of been here ever since, really.
I just joined just for the crack of it, really, and I've been here ever since.
You crawled into the machinery of the engine, you slid in amongst all the bits and pieces, nice and dirty and greasy. You had 2 or 3 other 15-year-olds with you, and nothing happier than that, whistling and singing and talking and rubbing and cleaning the engine.
So you say you learn something new every day.
You do, yeah.
You learn anything today?
Yeah, not to fall off the front of an engine, but then I always do that anyway. Well done, Chris, keep going.
Yeah, well.
No slacking. Never see me slack.
He never does any work whatsoever. He only wears that coat because it looks dirty.
Darling, why is it funny? Right.
I always take the mic away to you.
You've got the pit behind you.
Yeah, I know I have.
Yeah, right. Oh, be careful what you say.
Good job you're not the other side because you'll get stuck.
Get and pick that wood up. See what I have to contend with? You implying that I'm fat, you're as bad as Darren, you are. I can just about fit through that hole. Spears.
What interests you the most about this job?
It's the mechanics of it all, really.
It's just a challenge, you know. It's just a challenge. The engines are not easy to make do what you want them to do, and you have to work hard to do it.
So I think it's just the sort of power and physics of it all, really. So, you know, this water, which you get really, really hot, that turns into a gas, can shove around a bit of metal that 6 people can't move very fast at all.
And you get tired at the end of it and fed up and sick of them. The next day you're raring to go again.
Yeah, it's the power thing. That, and there's a lot of pyromaniac involvement in it. You know, where else can you go for a hobby and set a fire to something for fun? Right.
It's the sound of them, the smell of them, the feel of them, the rhythm of them. And at night when you shut them down, they creak and hiss and rumble, and you sit on them in the dusk and put your feet up against the boiler and just contemplate life, and that's nice too.